Hello, hello. Is my audio working? That's crazy. That is good news. We're starting off hot too. It was a fleeting moment. It was here and gone. All right. Well, hello everybody. Welcome. It's great to be back. DJ and I took a week off last week. Um, but yeah, we'll get into that in a second. I'm It's Coda. Welcome back, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Below me this week, the one, the only, the loveliest. I like the lighting you got going on tonight. It's a little moodier. It's a little moodier. It's the DJ Oros. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome. I am too, dude. This is great. I missed it last week. We've been on such a roll with this. This is episode 20, man. This is a big deal for us. We've made it 20 episodes, and most podcasts fall off after like 15. So we on the week that we took a week off, people are like, ah, damn, that was it. It's great to be back, man. Yeah. So, shout out first and foremost. Shout out Arc Raiders. They won another multiplayer game of the year. Did you see this, DJ? You and me both. Yeah, yeah. The BAFTAs. What are the BAFTAs? BAFTA stands for BAFTA stands for British Academy of Film and Television Arts. So a pretty big deal, I would say. Rack up your awards, Ari. Rack them up and get your player count back up. What the heck? Um, yeah. Well, as we mentioned, we took last week off. I am now the proud owner of a new 2026 Toyota Corolla after a long and arduous process of investigating new cars. We landed on the one. So that thanks, man. I can now get to and from work without worrying about if my car is going to turn on or not. I've been working part time for somebody that the followers of the TickPod and Arc Raiders podcast might know. He might be sitting right underneath me. So we're official. We're on the books now. We're not just hopping in for random holidays and call offs. We're working at DJ's bar for a minute. That'll be nice. Uh oh. I see that in the chat. I'm just talking to myself, I guess.
Self. Now I'm here.
Mr. Adam Miller in the chat, would you let us know when you can finally hear the DJ?
Oh, there
All right.
he
He's back.
is.
He's rolling. He's doing the thing.
Well, man. All right.
But
So
yeah, man.
let's real quick recap of everything. I said
Yes.
I had a personal concert by our opening like our music, and then I said something about you working somewhere, and I think that's all I really said. Right? Happy to be back.
Yeah, you said you
Couldn't
were happy to be back.
could not be that much.
The singer of the
Quick
band of
recap.
our intro music was singing the lyrics for you.
Yes, and he was doing a
And
great
then
job. Personal
also now
concert.
you have swindled me into working part time at your bar for you.
Swindled is a strong word, and Randy would be very upset with you for doing this. But yes, that is exactly what happened.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's good to see you more often too in person and not just
It,
digitally and just playing games together. So
it's a fun time. I enjoy it. So thank you for doing that.
of
100%.
course, man, it's nice to be back behind the stick in a in a chiller environment.
We try. We try. We try.
All right. Well, yeah,
Well,
it's fine. I think it's official. We can finally say it's springtime over here
true.
in the Berg. We got the Penguins in the playoffs once again, down 2-0 in the series. Hate to see it.
We do
Hate to see down 2-0, but love to see that we made the playoffs again, because what was that? Those 4 years in a row we weren't in.
Yeah, 4 years. We haven't been there, but it was nice. Both games were at home. I was able to make it out to the game. Our place of employment. The owner is a former Pittsburgh Penguin, and so he gets alumni tickets, and he had an extra ticket for last night's game. He was like, Dave, take a half day. Come on, let's go to the game. And it was awesome. It was the vibes in the first period and the pregame were incredible. It was just being where I was at and where watching the game no matter what. I mean, I like good hockey and it's still fun to watch, right? And it was great. So I got to do that. Just to jump into what I've been doing, I also got some more merch, which I will show in a little bit from Arc Raiders. I don't know if you can see it.
What'd you get?
I don't know if you can see it, but right back here, Master Chief is wearing an Arc Raiders hat, which does not fit my head. But like, it was unavailable for so long, but I bought it. So Coda, you might have a new hat coming up soon, because I bought 2 of them. So I'll keep one on Master Chief, and then there's another one. And then another big thing.
7 1/4.
Oh, it says you got the snapback, and it's got that weird rope around the front of it, which I don't love. So if you're that kind of guy, I don't know, but you're that kind of guy. I'm not a big rope person. So
I'm a rope on the hat guy for sure. Now that I've entered my biking era, than the last 3 years,
it does seem like fit the character.
I go for the 5-panel hats. I go for the rope on the hat now. A younger me would judge, but I'm embracing my 30s, David.
Embrace it. And then the other thing I have going on is my wife is she's a manager. She runs a Sephora, and they are helping to support the Best Buddies, which is a group, and it's this Sunday, and it supports inclusion of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and it's just a really great cause. And if you come down to it, if anybody's in Pittsburgh, anybody can support or donate. I'm sure I'll put the link to her team in the description. But come on down. If you do the walk, you get a hot dog at the end of it, and who doesn't love a hot dog? I mean, I know we have a few people who love a hot dog.
If I wasn't working, I'd be there eating all the dogs.
Are you there on Sunday? No, I don't think.
Oh, is it this Sunday?
This coming Sunday? Yeah.
I'm not.
So, and it's early on.
Buddies.
It's a quick walk, and then we head home. So, and I'm off that day, so maybe we hang out afterwards. But, yeah.
If anybody that's watching or listening in the chat is from Pittsburgh, come for a great cause. Come hang out. Say hello to your favorite podcasters. We'll be there. So
favorite. But yeah, that's all I have going on. It's been a good week. It'll be a good week next week. Spending more time with my friends is always fun. So I'm excited.
Hey, we typically don't do this, but I want to give a shout out to the Twitch chat. It's rolling over here. We got some homies in the chat tonight. So thank y'all for pulling up. I see the young Sinister X2. What's up, Sin? We got Adam, we got Poop. All right.
Thank you. Everybody watching, thank you.
Also, I'm a serial lurker on Twitch. So if you're just here viewing and you don't talk in the chat, that's A-okay with me. That's what I do. I'm not a big chatter. I like to sit back and enjoy the content. So thank you if that's what you're doing as well. We appreciate you. All right, DJ, what do you say we get into it a little?
I'm ready. What are we talking about today?
We got well, we missed a week, so we got a little bit of catch up to do, and then we got a little forward. We got a little in the moment to do, and then a little forward looking to get into. So
all the to-dos.
All the to-dos. The to-do list is strong, so let's get right into it, man. Riven Tides update. You and I are through the roof excited about this. Haven't stopped talking about it since we got on today. Next week, April 28th, will be the new Riven Tides update for Arc Raiders. So with that, bunch of new things coming. Confirmed for sure is a new map. Dave, what else we got on the docket there?
You're just jumping right in on me. That is the start of the end of our current expedition. Where we're going to, instead of trade money for skill points, we're going to trade damage, which, we chat about that a little bit later. You want to jump right in?
We can wait on that. I was just wondering what else is coming with the big update, because a new arc threat, maybe? I think that was confirmed as well.
I didn't see the arc. I'm in the dark on the arc threat.
We'll leave it at certifiably confirmed new map, and then hopefully some good gameplay changes. maybe some new Arc workarounds, but we will leave it at definitely confirm new map, and we'll update next week as we go.
We definitely have new map pictures in the right column of our podcast today too. So I'm enjoying that a lot. So take a look.
Great. That's a great image, sir.
I mean, one of them.
Other than that, we had a patch 1.24.0 dropped last week, so we'll just go over that real quick. I'll just read you guys through that. Like Dave was mentioning, we have new expedition requirements. It's called a triumphant exit. Internet's back and forth on this one. We're just gonna, get each other's opinions and see where we land on this and see what the community's up to in terms of where they stand and how we feel about this in the future for future expeditions. And then we have the Riven Tides Scout Report, which is early map clues, a bunch of lore for our lore fans out there. And then, we're just going to tap back into the player and viewership counts as well, because that has been an ongoing topic for us. And we just want to make sure we keep addressing that and let y'all know where we stand on what we think the game could do better or is already doing very well to encourage players to stick around / come back to the game when it's time. So, hey, without further ado, what do you say we get right into the little quick pop hits? We'll keep it short and quick today.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I mean, who knows? Because I might have had extra questions. But yeah. So we're gonna do 5 and 5 or 5 and 12. Who knows?
Oh, you have questions as well.
Oh yeah, sorry, bud. I did. I did them too. Yeah. I mean, we missed a week. We missed a week. We gotta do.
I was gonna go 5, but let's do it. Let's do it.
I love it.
For any new viewers or listeners, this is a little segment that Dave and I love to do. It's called Pop Hits. We will put an arbitrary amount of time on the clock. We will ask rapid fire questions to each other. The more concise, articulate your answers, the more points you are awarded. At the end of the time, when the questions are up, we will award an arbitrary amount of points. Since it is just me and DJ today, I'm sure we will be low down on the leaderboard. We don't want to one up any of our very special guests.
I actually want 0 points. I want all my points to go to my trials leaderboard. So that's where they're going to stay.
That's valid. I can I also steal that and also
you can put all your points to your leaderboard. That is totally fine.
All points towards trials leaderboard too. Yes. It's tough to stay in hot shot,
but it's fun and we'll talk about it. All right, what do we got?
All right, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready. The clock's on the screen. It's not, and the points are calculating. Go.
All right, off we go. All right, DJ, what do you think the concurrent player base number will be on day 1 / that weekend of the new map drop / major update? What do you think? Give me a ballpark estimate what you think the number of players will be.
Okay, can I get, I know you probably have this written down somewhere, but what's the, where are we sitting right now at peak?
Currently, we're hovering between 90 to 100,000 players daily.
Okay, so I bet we hit 200, 250. I bet people come back to see what's going on. They at least check it out, see what the new stuff is, and then probably slowly go back down unless I keep buying people the game. All right, next.
That's right. That's right. All right, if you could see one major POI or gameplay change added to the new map on the 28th, what would it be? What would you be most excited to see?
Oh, gameplay change. I mean, I would love more in-game, or I don't know if it's not a change though. I would love more puzzles on the map. It doesn't need to be something crazy, just something small. I enjoyed when they threw in the arc to even when you put the arc cells in the bigger arc to get extra loot from the random dead arc that are laying around. I think if they added more stuff like that, or more music rooms, something like that would be excellent. Especially because you're adding a new map. Make some mysterious, exploration stuff be great.
I love it. Good answer. Rollerblading or roller skating? Which one are you taking to the grave?
Okay, so it's rollerblading, and because I played a lot of inline hockey. So when it comes from that, you weren't roller skating, you were rollerblading. And then also because there's a Disney movie that came out in the early 90s called Brink, and it's one of the best Disney movies. And I watched some Disney movies when I was a kid, and they were skating down the hill, and they were definitely blading. They were not skating. So
that's true. That alone, Brink alone, probably set the standard for us as 90s babies. You had to be a rollerblader. I agree. I second that. So bonus points for you, sir. How many licks? Speaking of 90s. And earlier, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Have you confirmed this IRL?
No, I'm not. I don't like. You would not believe it, but I don't really like candy. I'd rather have a hot dog, which also is fair. But I would
I should have asked
assume
you that, candy or hot dog.
I should assume right around 87.
87 licks?
Yeah, really good
That's
licks.
a pretty
Like,
sturdy
but
lick.
like
Oh
if
my
you go the whole
God.
way around, like that's one good lick. I mean,
I thought you were gonna say like 8,700. Oh
no,
my!
no, 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 no.
This
It's a
this
good
man's got a
lick.
cat tongue over there.
You gotta get a good. You gotta
Holy!
get a good lick in there, bud.
All right. Last but not least, what is a foundational core gaming memory that you have from your younger years that you might not have brought up on the podcast already, or want to let the viewers know?
Um. So not that I've talked about.
It can be something you've talked about, but just like right off the top of your head,
No,
what's
no,
like
no,
the
no, no.
biggest standout moment?
No, I got one. I haven't talked about it, and it is a video game. And so I have a friend. Her name's Jamie. She actually lives very close, like right down the street from us now. My parents were friends with her parents, so like when I was younger, she lived very close by. They had a game system in her like playroom, and it was either, I swear it was like Lion King or Aladdin. And I remember trying to play that game, and I was so like, we never ever made it past the first little bit. It was the worst video game of all time, but I kept trying and trying. But that is like one of my core, like, besides Nintendo 64 games that I remember trying to get through and play, and I just, never happened. But
Okay.
I remember it very vividly. So
That's good. That's good. All right, man. That's it for my 5.
all right. So you have a few. All right. So where would you most like to go rollerblading?
Well, right out the gates, I want to hit that North Shore loop.
Okay,
Downtown Pittsburgh, North Shore.
you're down for.
I guess
Did
not downtown, but North Shore. North Shore.
we call it downtown. That's fine. It's downtown, right? Did I send you videos of it? We'll get back to that. All right. When will we go rollerblading?
I am ready the second I try on those skates that you have. If not, let's say next week.
All right. Deal.
I'll grip a pair by next week.
Deal. What is your favorite drink to make behind a bar?
Just anywhere in general.
Yeah.
I like the. I don't know if I'm going like stirred and boozy. I like the freedom of an old fashioned.
Okay.
I like being able to play around with old fashioned specs for sure. It's a good little nice Mr. Potato Head mix and match.
So old fashioned is number one.
Old fashioned is probably the thing that I enjoy. Like at a good when I'm working like a good cocktail bar, that's my thing. That like if somebody's really interested in having like something for themselves, just like a long sip or something they can sit and like chat over. Yeah, I'm going old fashioned. But otherwise, like if you want something light and citrusy, I'm going any sort of like sour riff. So anything in like the Gimlet arena, whiskey sour.
Heard. I mean, it is an art to watch you make these drinks behind the bar, so I love it.
Thanks, man. At your bar, it's a little different though. We're more just plug and play.
I will.
We cook them out. We cook them out.
We do. We're as some would say, like we're gooping, but you do still make an art out of it, which I appreciate you bringing into the scene. All right. The next thing I got for you. Did you think we would make it to 20 episodes?
I did. I really did.
You had faith?
Yeah, you and I can notoriously be a little like, we'll do something really hard for a while and then fall off of it. But like just our conversation surrounding this podcast out the gates made me think that we would definitely make it. I think we'll make it to 50. I don't care how many viewers we have. I don't care if we flatline or if we never grow. Like I've just really enjoyed doing this with you. And I think it's really good for, getting our feet wet in the industry, and then, maybe a new game comes out and we pop off with that. So yeah, man.
I'm all for it. Let's keep it rolling.
Full faith in this pod. Hell yeah.
All right, next question: coffee or tea?
Oh, on a day to day for utility, I'm a coffee drinker, just black coffee.
What do you enjoy more?
I think because of the way I drink tea, I enjoy tea more. That's more of like an experience thing,
Okay.
Like I'm doing it on a night that I'm like reading a book or like playing games, and I really want to like chill out, enjoy. Yeah, I'm not like a big sweet coffee fan, but I will mess around.
Hot bean water.
I just like black coffee, and even when I do go like for like a nicer drink, I still tend towards something that's not so sugar. I'm definitely like European in my coffee taste for sure. Less sugar is better. I want to taste the coffee, but with tea, I'll be a little more liberal, and I'll get decent amount of honey in there. Maybe make a latte out of it. Throw some whole milk, whatever.
All right. So close to that conversation, hot dog or hamburger?
Oh,
I
that's
know.
tough,
I'm
dude.
throwing them at you like crazy today, huh?
A perfectly done like smash burger. I'm going smash burger over a
You're
dog.
a smash burger, which is more of like it's a newer thing, like at least in the East Coast, right? Like, so
Yeah.
okay, all right. I respect it.
I mean, I want you to
Well,
just
let's try
sauce
one at
that
the
thing
bar.
on
We'll
the
tr-
griddle and
we'll turn it up and we'll try one at the bar. I love it. All right.
heck yeah.
Do you think the Penguins can turn this series around?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
over.
yeah. We'd get the little Max Talbot in there. Be good to go. Love it.
Yeah. When the Capitals, my sister's a huge Capitals fan. When they won their cup, they went down 2-0 in their first series. So
Beautiful, beautiful.
it's not over. It's not over.
If it is not the Penguins, who would you like to see win the Stanley Cup?
I want to see Connor McDavid get one. So I'll pull Edmonton this year.
You are a Connor McDavid. Oh man, that's
I mean,
controversial in Pittsburgh, huh?
dude,
It's okay.
I don't think he's controversial. I think he has Sid
A
vibes. He's
little
a
bit.
good guy. He's like for the game. He's out off the rink. He's a good human being. So I'm always pulling for the players that are good people. And
Go
I think
Buff.
Connor McDavid follows in Crosby's footsteps very well.
All right, go Buffalo in the chat is what I saw there.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
Oh, yeah,
What
for our buddy Toop though, I'll give a special shout out to Buffalo as well. I mean, if Buffalo pulls it up, Buffalo is such a good sports town.
Tage
So,
Thompson, let's go, baby. Come on,
oh,
Buffalo.
American
He's
Tage.
Tage Thompson's gonna be the next captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins. What do you think the next instrument should be added to Arc Raiders?
Ooh. Let me get a banjo in there. Let me get a
Banjo.
banjo or yeah. Let's go banjo
Okay,
next.
okay. All right. So we've seen the hurricane season because it's almost over. We've seen winter. What would be the next good map condition added to Arc Raiders?
Oh, well, not to spoil our talks later, but new map confirmed being like beach resort area. So let's go with I don't know, just like a classic, like a Florida thunderstorm. So
Oh,
like
okay,
it
okay,
just
okay.
rains profusely for like 3 minutes
And
and
then it
then it
stops.
clears up
And it
and then it
stops. It's
does it
beautiful out.
again and then it's yeah. So a
Okay,
little
okay.
bit because they haven't really done that with conditions yet. Like I want something that's dynamic like that where it's just hardcore rain. Like say you're in the middle of an engagement, it was perfectly nice outside when you started it, and then it just torrential downpours in the middle and that like cut sight lines and stuff. I think that would play out really well. I think that'd
Okay.
be really cool.
All right, last one for you. Since we have arc birds already confirmed that they are not real birds, they're arc birds, are we going to get arc fish as well?
Oh, let's go with like art crab, something that can like
Crabs?
walk up onto the
Okay,
shore.
crab, arc,
Lobster,
crab, arc.
crabs.
Yeah. Okay.
We go
Walk like,
crabs or lobster, something that can be a little more mobile. Maybe turtles.
walk like crab, act like arc. All right, and that is it. I'm sorry I asked you so many questions, but I
liked
was
it.
enjoying
liked
it. Beautiful,
Beautiful.
beautiful. Thank you. 0 points
so-
awarded to anybody because they're all going
Yep.
to our trials report this week.
Everything goes to trials this week.
Yeah. And,
Well done, young man.
but you did good, and it was fun. So thank you.
As did you. Well done. All right. So let's get to the meat and bones this week. The big topic at hand.
Yes.
Arc came out and released different expectations for expedition. So no longer are your skill points tied to your inventory, your stash value, and the money that you have accrued. For this split, if you are going on expedition this time, they're opening a window. At first, it was 7 days. This morning, they came out. They extended it to 14. So there will be a 14-day window between April 28th and May 11th, in which you can do damage to anything. So it can be players, it can be arc, any way that you can accrue damage where it shows you that you've damaged something in your after game report, that will count towards your skill points. First skill point will be 5,000 damage. Second will be 10,000. Third will be 30,000. Fourth will be 50,000. And last but not least, that fifth skill point will be 100,000 damage. So for perspective, they clarified in their own post, killing a Bastion is roughly 5,000 damage. So what's the math on that? You kill 20 Bastions and you have the whole thing done? Something like that?
Yeah, and yeah, how do you feel about that?
If we're gonna get right into it,
Please.
I think it's gonna be really easy.
Yeah,
I think within 7 day in a 7-day window, like
a little bit more
maybe
difficult, right?
Yeah, you got to put some time in, but I would assume the grinders and the people that really know how to min max damage done and bring in the right things to do that. You're talking like one session, you could have the whole thing done.
Now,
So
now, do you think, and I think our group chat was talking about this, do you think it's just a quick way to try to get some players back in the game? Like you have the people that were playing early on, they're like, okay, my expedition's done. I have $4 million in my between my money and this. I know I'm good for my next expedition. I don't really need to play Arc Raiders anymore. And then you were kind of like, all right, well, let's make something that's, I mean, in my opinion, kind of easy to do, but it gives people to come back for a week to get players back on the game, because if you want those skill points, you're going to play the game, right?
yeah. Um, I do agree with you. Yeah, I do think it's a great way to kind of influx your player base back and say that there's like an active element to it. You have to be active on the game during that window in order to accrue your skill points. I do think it was dangerous that they did a 7-day window, and I saw some chaotic Reddit posts about being like, "Hey man, I grinded the heck out of the season, stash values up to 10 million, and I'm on vacation for those 7 days, or like I'm out of town on a work job for those 7 days." So I'm glad it's 14. I feel like that's a little nicer.
Do you think they change that back next season? Do you think they make it 7 days again, or do you think they kind of hold that?
I don't know. I think if it's going to be an active event, they do need to extend the window. I just don't think it's. I would. I would
Extend the
guess.
window, make it more points.
Yeah, more points would be chill. I'm with you. I think we had talked a little off camera, but I think the like grinding for that 5 mil the first time was nice if you were like if you're into grinding for things in the game. And I think that there should be, I don't think everybody should just be handed the 5 skill points. I think you should feel good about getting the 5 skill points. So like make it a little bit harder next time to get there, but still make it within reach that your casual player base can get bare minimum 2 or 3 of those skill points if they really want to push for it, all 5. But I don't like them dumbing it down so much that it just feels like you could log on for 2 or 3 sessions during this time and just knock out the. I mean, don't get me wrong though, you have to survive and you have to extract. So you have to have some semblance of game knowledge in order to do that. So it's not free. It's not just handed to you, but I agree with what you had said earlier off camera that yes, like make it more of a challenge and make us feel better about gaining those 5 skill points, not just feeling like, oh dude, we put in one quick session, not quick, 2-3 hour session in which we did really well, extracted every time, and boom, we're done.
Well, I would like to challenge us kind of on that as we do the podcast, right? Maybe we jump in on that day and we see how long, if we're like, let's be like, let's just grind the points. Now maybe you go off with the other two and do like the the PvP side of it and be like, all right, boys, let's see how much damage we can do. And Adam and I can jump in and do, all right, let's go into the friendly lobbies, kill as many bastions as we can, see how long it takes each like method of killing it. I know I'm assigning you homework, which is ridiculous.
No,
But
I like it.
but that way we can see like, okay, well, this is how long it took if you were grinding this out, and that way we can kind of have a better perspective on, all right, well, next time that took Coda 4 hours, and and then he was done.
Well, just let's talk about that a little because I don't think that's going to be. I mean, say the average amount of damage you get like per knock is like 800 damage to a player, right? Like that's going to be way harder. You're talking like 250 plus players,
Right. So that's
to hit
like
that
like an
number.
hour for you, maybe an hour and a half.
250 players is a lot, my guy. But I do think it's good for my side of things on like the more PvP oriented players. I think there's going to be a point in time where our little crew is going to say like, "Hey man, let's really focus on arc damage here."
The chat's popping off right now.
The chat is popping off. Derek said, "Do I have to extract to get damage to progress?" I honestly don't know. I would assume.
I would
Yes,
I would
right?
believe so. Like that, it should pull up on your end of round report, and you don't get this stuff if you don't extract on
Well, I don't
normal.
know though, Dave, because you do still see your damage done even if you die. So I think
Mm.
it's all going to come down to like on their end if they want to count that towards what you.
That would make me feel better about earning it if you did have to extract, just like trials, because trials
I
is
agree.
almost perfect, and we'll talk. I hope we talk about that, but it's almost perfect.
I do like, I don't know if,
Adam.
I don't think we mentioned this yet. I do like that it is incentivizing us to, instead of like getting to end of season and hoarding everything in order to not lose that and get all 5 skill points. I love that they're saying like, get in there with your best stuff. You have it, use it, put it to use, get your damage done. I think the PvP lobbies are going to be crazy fun for those 2 weeks. I think the PvE side of things is going to be crazy fun. You're going to, if you're in
I'm
like pure friendly lobbies,
uh,
you're gonna see like
we're gonna be best
affiliates
friends. We're
everywhere,
gonna be best
like
friends everywhere.
Hull cracker, yeah, dude. And the whole lobby's just gonna be stoked that everybody's just taking down giant arcs. So I do think that side of it's a good change. I will say this is twice now that they've come out this late towards the window to express like what they are doing for the expedition. I think if they backed it up a little, they would have
It would
less
feel better.
backlash from the
Yeah.
community. Give us a month to kind of prepare, like say, hey, this is what it's looking like coming up for expedition. Give us a month to prepare for that, and then 2 times now it's felt like we've been caught off guard. First time with the stash value, and this time with damage done. How do you
Right.
feel about that?
No, I'm with you. I think they need to be a little bit consistent, or if they are going to be like, hey, it's going to be a random thing that we throw at you, then be like very like open about that. Hey, we're going to tell you what you need to do in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks of the season in order to get those extra skill points. Like I wouldn't hate that if it turned into like an event,
Yeah,
but I'm with
that's a
you
good
that
point.
like
If they were upfront about that, that
yeah,
would be a whole different ballgame.
but we started with all right 5 million, and I'm like, all right, let's grind away, let's go, it's gonna be this, and then like, oh, 3 million, and then if you want to get your catch up points, here you go. And now they're like, oh, we're gonna change it, no more money, we're changing to this like last second. I don't know. I do, if it was an event and they made it that way, that'd be awesome. um but I want them, they should be open about it, be upfront, let us know earlier, and they had to have been talking about it sooner, right? Like they've had a
Yeah,
couple
I
goes at
mean,
this.
as a development team, they might just be on their heels a little, dude. Like they're still a smaller company. They're not tiny, but they are smaller. So they're playing catch up with the game. They're playing catch up
Hire
with
some
fixing bugs, and
people.
then
No, that's not fair. They go on vacation. They get great
the
vacation
internet's still
time.
joking about them being classic Americans,
They
dude.
get great
Everybody's still
vacation
joking about
time.
them being on vacation. I do not knock them for taking their time, but
I hope it comes across that I'm being sarcastic about their vacation, but you get this great vacation and you can't even fix your game. I mean, come on, you're making so much money. You got
that's
raises.
right. Let them know. Let them know.
Yeah.
You did bring up catch up though. The catch up. If you did not get full skill points for your first 2 expeditions, and you are in the window to get those this time around, you are doing the expedition. That is still tied to monetary value. So each skill point is 300,000 coins. So that side of things is still tied to monetary value. For players like Dave and I who fully did both expeditions, 5 skill points, everything maxed the first 2 times, the monetary value is irrelevant for us this time around. But if you missed some skill points, those are still tied into your monetary value, either your stash value or what you have in cash. 300,000 per point.
Which is nice because now I can buy all my rocket launcher ammo and use it on all of the bombardiers I'm going to shoot to kill instead of putting it on possibly a second account and then saving it for next season.
I agree. I have a decent amount of money. I probably like 3 or 4 mil in the bank, and I've been like super low on metal and not being able to craft ammo, and I've been really nervous to like buy that. Yeah, but now I'm not going to play like that, right? Like if I'm going in on a Bobcat run, I'm bringing 600 light ammo every time. So I have the money. It gives me incentive to use it. I really like that. It's good peace of mind. It makes me want to play the game more.
Right. Also, and I'm with Max in chat. Like, it's great. I'm okay with it being different. I do hate how last minute they decided to change it.
I agree. And I think even if they wanted to keep it a challenge like that, just come out and say that, like, hey, we're going to tell you the week before the window opens what you need to do this time around. Just set it up like that, right? Like, if you want it to be a little bit more hardcore, just give us the setup and say, like, we are intentionally staying closed-lipped about this until the window opens, and then we will let you know.
Almost gives it kind of like a raid feel where it's like, all right, you got a week to do this to earn the extra thing to whatever. Now they probably shouldn't do it as skill points, but give me a cosmetic. But I do enjoy that if that's how they're going to play it like that, but own it, right?
Totally. Yep. Well said.
Cool.
Okay. From Embark devs' mouths, why were these changes made? They say, We know that grinding for monetary value isn't the most exciting experience. By introducing damage-based objectives and trials instead of stash value, we're providing more freedom and variety in how you can complete the expedition, encouraging the use of loot rather than hoarding it through the expedition window. Above all, we want expeditions to be fun and not an endless grind. We believe these changes create a fair and engaging challenge that keeps everyone active through the window. 100% agree with that. I think what we just said previously ties directly into that. Just give us a little bit more heads up or let us know that this is how you're handling it. But I do agree. It felt counterproductive to like work your whole season and then be in that window and just kind of sit there like, well, I don't, I'm not going to just bring in 140K kits all the time because fear of losing those and I don't get all 5 skill points. So this part of the change is really nice.
Right. Well, it really, if you break down that quote, it says, please play our game in the next 2 weeks because we would like our player base to be higher. That's
verbatim. You pulled that right up.
Right. I think that's what it says.
And Mark
right?
Olson confirmed.
Yeah, right. Okay. Cool.
Adam Miller in the chat said, "Do you need to finish the expedition to start damage?" Yes, sir. So
it's like the
good
final
question. Let's go through that real quick. In this order, this is what you have to do. Complete the caravan, right? So that's all the challenges leading up to closing your little buddy that goes out on expedition. So you do have to have all of those things complete, all of the challenges, all of the trials there done before you can start doing the damage. If your caravan is incomplete, you are not going to be able to do any of the damage for the expedition. You can't do half of your caravan and then also try to gain the skill points. You have to have that base element of the caravan done. Then you wait for the expedition window. Then you sign up. And then in those 2 weeks of the window, that is when you can do your damage. But yes, sir, you have to have that caravan complete.
You think our past raiders are still alive?
No, heck no, dude.
They're done for.
I think they're cooked. I think they went out there and there was nothing.
I gave
Kim
him
hasn't rendered out that far.
I gave him very little. It's all right.
I'm on a female character now, so much like as I was like, peace out to my other little my 2 guys.
Oh no! Danger!
Okay, what else did I miss here? Okay, yeah, let's get rewards that you get for completing the expedition, because I'm still seeing a lot of conversation, especially on Reddit, about like, is the expedition worth it? Is it not? I have my opinion. Dave has his opinion, but I'm just going to read off what they're giving to us, and then we'll discuss. So rewards, in-game rewards, Patchwork outfit, the base outfit that we already have for the first 2 expeditions. It's called Patchwork Evolved. So this time around, we're getting a helmet, a bandolier, and a leg accessory. As always, you can toggle those things on and off. 2 new color variants. One is white-red. The other is black-green. Scrappy gets a turban, which I love. I'll be rocking the Scrappy turban.
Wait, real quick. What does your Scrappy have on right now? Like, does he have a hat?
Scrappy's still wearing the old school pilot goggles.
I chucked a bucket on mine, and he can't see anything.
Classic. We'll get him a turban, dude. There you go. Switch it up. The expedition indicator icon is also an award. So anytime you die to somebody or anytime you kill someone and they see your name on screen, they will now see 3 little stars like Dragon Balls next to your name. Which is nice. I don't know if you've noticed it, but there's been like an issue in game where player names are not showing up and you just see their expedition indicator. I don't know if you've noticed that too when you die to a raider.
No. I'm in friendly lobbies, but when I have seen it, I've seen everything. So that's new to me though.
Okay, heard. Hopefully they get that worked out.
At least you know.
Like seeing the names.
At least you know. Well, at least you know that they did the expedition.
Yeah, it's just no name, 2 dots.
Right.
Grinder. Okay, in-game bonuses. An extra 12 stash space. So if you have completed Expedition 1 and 2 to full capacity, you will now be up to 316 stash space, which is crazy. At 3, what were we at this time? 304? Yeah, at 304, I've never been full the entire season with the way I play. So
what?
Having that extra space is really nice. Yeah, dude, things get lost. You go in on some big hits and you fight people the whole time. Things come and go.
I'm like, we might need this surveyor vault. I'm gonna hold on to this for the next person. Oh, what?
I do also think I'm an outlier. I do sell and manage my inventory like crazy. So I don't keep things that I don't think that I need. I definitely run a tight ship in my stash. But it is nice to have up to 316, dude. That's
Very,
huge.
very,
That's
very true.
massive.
Well, it'll help me out big time, and I know we'll talk about it. But 5G Ferrari and I definitely need help with like extra space. See, so it's good.
Valid, valid, valid. And then also up to 5 skill points, like we had previously mentioned. You get that damage done up to 100,000 damage. You get your 5 skill points this time around. The consecutive buffs. Consecutive buffs are only if you haven't missed an expedition. So if you did the first expedition, did not do the second, and are doing the third, if you're deciding to do this third again without doing the middle one, you do not get the consecutive buffs. They reset. But if you are on your third, this is pretty large. You will be getting 15% XP boost, 18% scrappy material boost, and then the biggest one, in my opinion, is 80% repair value increase. So if you look at that logistically in game, 80% repair value, like if your gun is at 0, you repair it once. There will never be a time where you need to repair any gun 2 times.
Right.
With an 80% increase, even if the gun is at 0, you hit that thing once, you're definitely good for like 1, if not 2, if not 3 raids, depending on how much you use it. So we'll leave that up to community to decide if they think that's worth it or not. But that is a pretty nice increase. Also, new feature is called Last Call. If you miss the expedition window this time around, you'll be asked on your next login, the next time you log into the game, if you want to go forward with your expedition. You will get, even if you miss those 14 days, you log in 2 months from now. It'll ask you, if you say yes, you get all the things I just mentioned except for the skill points. You do need to be active and in-game during those 14 days to get the skill points, but you will still be awarded everything else if not. So how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't like it.
Why?
I,
Why not?
because again, I don't think everybody should get everything. And yes, I know people vacation, people do this and blah blah blah. But like I don't know if you know, but I've played Destiny, and I loved when it was, or you have to grind for this thing, you have to be there, you have to be present, you have to, and it just seems like they're kind of like doing another, I didn't do my homework. Here's, you know, here's another opportunity to do your homework late. I don't, I mean, yes, you don't get the
I see
skill
what you're
points,
saying.
which is fine,
I think
but
that's my opinion is the skill points balances that out. Like,
does
I
it?
think it's nice that if you put all the work in to do your expedition, you should get at least some of the base rewards. I'm okay with them saying, but hey, man, you can't get the extra skill
Maybe,
points,
maybe give them,
especially
maybe give
because
them
you
a,
get those.
go ahead.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
No. You go first.
I was just gonna say you
Apologies.
do get those skill points up front. I think that's really nice. I think the first time around, I
True.
thought they were gonna give it to you post, like once you were done with your first
And
75,
you
then you
keep
get 5
leveling.
more.
Right.
But the second that you log in that day, you're coming in with, for us, that's what, 15 extra skill points now. So day one, you're already that much further ahead of people that have decided not to do expedition.
Or maybe like, I think I'd feel better if they were like, hey, here's half credit for doing it.
I could get down with half credit or maybe 3/4 credit, something like that. I see what you're saying.
Like I just feel like they're just trying to, and I'm sure it's like, hey, like we want people to keep playing, give them the opportunity even if they don't hit the window. But I mean, the people, the core that's playing the game. I mean, you know, Sin's gonna be on. He already has the damage done, and you can't even do it yet. So it's like I don't know.
Shout out to
The grinders that are grinding, that, you know, let them do it and let them have those rewards and make it a little exclusive. I know the skill points are big, and I'm with you. Like, you get them right away, you can put them into whatever. I'm gonna be opening security breaches so early next season. It's gonna be great, but I would like it to be a little bit more exclusive and going kind of back to season one, where it was like, all right, you got to do it to earn it. I struggled that last week. How much did I play to get that 5 mil? Because I did not have it.
Right, and you love that.
It
Like,
was
you're still talking
amazing.
about
It was
loving that
so
little
great. Yeah.
week window.
Yeah. Right. So I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, man. I think it just comes down to like if what they're going for in the long run is maintaining a more casual player base. This just makes it easier for somebody who might have forgotten to log in or like legitimately was off the game for, or out of town for a couple weeks. Still gives them the opportunity. They put that work in to get the caravan done, which is no simple task. That does take time, effort. you should be awarded something for that. That's my stance. So
Glad we don't agree.
all right, we shall agree to disagree.
Yes, sir.
Last thing on this, future expedition. So this is the final step for the patchwork outfit. So this will be your final look at the patchwork outfit. Nothing new will be added to it. If you have done all 3 expeditions, then you have unlocked the entire patchwork outfit once you go through with this expedition. And then next expedition, we'll start a new outfit entirely, which I'm extremely excited for because high key, I do not like the patchwork outfit.
It's stupid.
I've never worn it once. I think
Horrible.
it looks bad.
Nope.
I think for a prestige skin like this, let's talk about that a little. I think for prestige skin, like the devs really need to lock it in and make it like a sick skin. They need
make it better than a store. Better than a store skin.
It has to be as good as the most expensive skin in store, if not better. And I mean, it's all relative and it's all opinion based, but it just, I don't know, there's something about the skin that just is like not attractive. I'm sure
never even thought about it.
They could roll with a skin that's better. So
that being said, 100%.
Dude, since our last episode, they dropped a couple bangers in the store. I don't have the names of them written down, but I know you caught 2 of them.
I got both of them. They both look great. Yeah. Now I got the hood up with the pads on, and the black and yellow. Like, I look great. Oh my goodness. Yeah, people, I think they're scared right away. And then I'm like, oh, but I'm friendly. You're good. You're fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But they look great. The outfits have been excellent.
Yeah, shout out Embark for that, man. I think they're understanding their game better, and the cosmetics just keep getting better. I still am a little bummed, and I do think at this point we might be SOL on getting full customization. Like, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get finals level of customization. I could be wrong, but it does feel like we're far enough into the game's life now that they would have at least mentioned that was something in the works or that they were looking into, and they've been radio silent on that. So, but that's all right, man. They give us plenty of customization on these outfits. I love the few that I wear. I know you love them. I got a couple buddies that buy every single thing that comes through the store. So, shout out to them for listening and making the skins better and better.
If we could, jump into that real quick though. If they're not going to make a full customization, I do think it'd be great if they added exclusivity to earning outfits. Like, so for example, trials and getting the full outfit, I think that's awesome. I think that they should do that, but I think that they could also add small, maybe even like weekly things to like even add little pieces, or I don't know, even if it's hammers or a trinket for the week to put on your backpack or something that to make it feel a little bit more special, more unique, to grind for and go after again. Because at the end of the game, and the end of the day, that's what this game is, right? It's cosmetic because you lose all your stuff every semester, right? Yeah. Season cycle. So give us more reason to earn that kind of stuff in game rather than just buying it from the store or the few that they put out to grab from a one of the decks or one of the projects,
I couldn't agree with you more. I love the concept of time lock cosmetics in a game. Like if because you can look back a year from now and say, I played in this window and I grinded the heck out of it for this backpack charm, and I'm still wearing it, right? Because I feel proud about getting that. We've talked about like the pride involved in some skins in game prior, and I think this is what you're saying goes right along with that. Like, hey man, I worked really hard for this. Not everybody has it, and it's not to be found again because I did it in this certain window. So the more of that, the better. 100%.
Well, and that's how I feel about you. And I know it's like you didn't earn it. Well, you did. You earned it. But the pre-order, right? You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw this skin
the deluxe
on.
Edition pre-order.
And I'm like, wait a minute, how did I not get this? Like, I swear I should have this. And I'm looking around and I'm like, well, I can't go back and pre-order it. I'm super jealous about it. I respect that you have it because that means you got the game at an early point, and that's awesome. And I'm very, very, very upset that I don't have it. So that should be part of I like that. I enjoy that kind of stuff. So
yeah, and it's nice because there's no way to get it now, right? It is just like I haven't been wearing that skin much, but
oh my goodness, my wife in chat said it's like Aldi finds. You got to get it while it's there. If it's not, and when it's gone, it's gone. That is exactly what we want in this game.
It's very true. I do also want to reference Max said in the chat. Mr. Maxter said in the chat, I didn't do the first 2 expeditions, and I don't know if I'll do the third one either, solely because of losing quest progress. I'm interested in the lore and have no interest in redoing the 90 something quest to catch back up. That is a great point. I was thinking about this earlier today. I would love to do the quest, like the new quest lines that they add, but I hate the fact that I have now deleted my quest progress twice, and that gives me even less reason to go back and do it again. Like, I'm not going to grind through all the quests just to get to the back end and do the new 5. So I think they really need to take a look at how the
They
quest
need the
system is set
campaign.
up.
The campaign needs to change. They need to focus on that, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing in game. That's still a glaring issue. I agree. What do you think, Dave? Like, how do we navigate those waters? How do we allow the player base to get to those new 5 quests without just rinse and repeating through the entire quest line?
Well, I think you keep I mean, the projects work the same way, at least most of them, where you're working through the project. Even if you expedite, right, you can still continue your project. Let us do that with the quest line. Unless you want to like highlight and reset your quest line to go over and do it all over again, it should be a separate thing. Let us run through it. Why does it make a difference for this game to go back through it? As long as I don't want to go back and get the rewards that are there for doing that quest line, then let me just stay where I'm at so I can keep doing the more campaign.
I love it. Also, what if it was like going on expedition and you if you decided to go back and do the quest line again, there were added rewards to that. So like
right. Oh,
some
like a prestige.
Like a
like
prestige
your prestige
system through the
yes,
quest
yes,
line
yes.
where you're getting like better blueprints or you're getting like extra skill points out the gates. That might make me hop back in and say like, okay, now
boys, we're doing the quest line tonight. Yeah, like let's go. We got to get through these better reward. Yeah, for sure.
Like, for instance, the Kanto, right? I still haven't found the Kanto blueprint. If
Same.
they said this season, like, if you go back and decide to do quests again on your second or third or fourth go through, you can get the Kanto BP from it. I would be all on board with that. You know, just putting some harder to find blueprints in those quest lines. Like, my only reason for doing them in the past was to get the trigger nade BP early, and then I would just stop doing them. So I would get that trigger nade, and then I'd just be over it. So anything that they can do to make players that are playing the game often, or even just the players that want to revisit the quest lines, give a little extra value to that. I think that would be great. Well, I think we're onto something there.
I agree. And either way, that is like their lore to the game, right? So your quest line, that should either be a bigger campaign where you sit, or you can go back through and do it, or maybe do it a little bit harder difficulty, and then let us progress. Cause like that is how we learn about the world, right? Yes. So if we want to keep going with it, I love that. I love the reset and earn more, and that's great. We're getting there.
Agreed, my friend. Agreed. All right. We are running a little short on time, so we will link the patch notes 1.24.0. It was a bunch of fixes, so nothing like crazy game breaking or game changing. We will link those in the description of the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, they should be down below. If you're watching on Twitch, just hop over to our YouTube tomorrow. Check it out when it releases at 1. Otherwise, let's get into forward-facing stuff. We have the Riven Tides update, dude. Here we go. Coming next week. Bring back the players. Bring back the players.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They're coming back. They're coming back. So April 28th, 2026, the year of the Lord. It will be a brand new map. So something super exciting. It's been months since we got a new map drop. I wouldn't personally say the game is stale, but I would say that as somebody who wants to play it all the time, there hasn't been as much, I don't know. I've just felt like, in a healthy way, doing other things, right? I've been off of Arc a little bit more than I was the past few months. So I am really excited to have a new map that's going to bring me back in, get me back on that grind, be really excited to go into every raid, not feeling like I'm just rinsing and repeating and play the game to play the game. So really excited about this one. The dev team has released some really cool Instagram shorts, wherever you get your shorts. They've been posting them on Instagram. They post them on YouTube, TikTok, whatever, that are dealing with the lore behind Riven Tides. I know you're more our lore guy, Dave, so walk me through that. How you've been feeling about the shorts, about the release that they put out on the official website.
Well, and I mean, like I have them up on the side, but like even like the snapshots for it, I think any way to build this world, and if you're gonna make this a 10-year game, they need it. It needs to happen. I do wish it would happen a little bit more in game though. Like, yes, it'll be nice. Hopefully, we get a cutscene, but I enjoy the the stuff we get outside and on our phones and everything. But I want that cinematic. I want
Are
there to
you
be a little
saying
bit
like
more.
log into the game before you get into
Yeah,
the lobby screen? Like they hit you with that cinematic?
right, correct.
Okay, I agree. 100% agree.
Because I want it to feel like the immersion helps there. Like it's super cool that we're getting the snapshots. It's I love that they're breaking like Shawnee's been doing this and everything and going around and scouting this at an old head and blah 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 and like I like reading that, but that is something that Destiny did really poorly in year one for them, where they were like, oh, if you want to know the lore, you got to read about it. Good luck. And until like they moved on a little bit, even really Destiny 2 is where they were like, all right, put it all in game. You're going to see everything. You're going to get the backstory for all of it. And you're not, I don't want to have to, I mean, I know it sounds like lazy, but I shouldn't have to go out of my way to learn about the game that I'm playing in the game. Right.
Yeah,
So,
I totally agree. You know who's done that really well, and speaking of Destiny, is Marathon. All of their lore is like compacted in. It feels like a lot on
yes.
screen, but once you get comfortable with the UI and navigating it, it's all right there. Anything you want to learn, you like you said, you're not going to TikTok, you're not going to YouTube, you're not going to an official website. It's right there in game. I think they could take a note or two from the Bungie playbook.
Well, Max here in chat said then they went back for marathon reading. That's true, but they also still had those cutscenes between where they would like introduce new characters and talk about things as you went along, and it was just a little bit more in depth than. And the further you went along in marathon as well, because you got more cutscenes the further you went on. So
yeah, we'll get to marathon in a bit. The poor little buddies are in a bad spot, but
yeah.
Okay, well, Dave, walk us through what they did post on the official website. The POIs confirmed what the map's going to look like. Let us know what's going on there.
Yeah, so they had the and I was going through what Shawnee said, and it's like, oh, there was it's like, and I love that it was like kind of a story broken down. It's like there's a swimming pool, there was this bar, there was this dance floor where back in the day people were dancing and having a great time. And I'm not going to say the name because I'm not good with that. If you want to pull it up, what do you got? What's the name? Potential name for the map?
Let's go with Panorama Azzurro.
That's the one, exactly just like you said it. But then they have the dockyard, and then they do just like the build for the map. It seems like it's gonna have all these different like little teeny biomes, like not like obviously different like map conditions, but different spots that I think will come in really big. Do you, just to jump into it really quick, do you think it's gonna be more of a PvP? Do you think it'll be like Stella?
I don't. I think it's gonna. I think my initial reaction is it's going to be a bigger map, because if we're doing like an entire beach thing with a hotel and then a whole separate dockyard, that feels like a lot. Especially being outside, it's just Stella's like built on top of itself, and this
Right.
I don't know if this is going to read that way. I have no idea. I mean, we're just shooting at air here, but
Yeah.
My guess is it's going to be a more medium-sized map. I would say probably closer to like dam size. I don't know if it's going to be as big as Spaceport. It could be bigger than Spaceport. It could be smaller than Stella. No idea. But my initial gut reaction is that it does feel like it might be a bit of a bigger map. What are you thinking?
So initially I thought it was going to be PvP. Like I thought they were like, okay, this is going to be a hotel. But based off of everything they were showing, I do think you're right. I think it might be a mid-sized map, and I think we might be getting a little bit more, more to explore than I thought we would. And I think that'll be big. I hope that there is, and I know I mentioned it earlier, but little like smaller little puzzles to solve while we're in there. Hopefully they're developing. And my biggest thing, and I think this is really, really important for this map when it comes out, is that like, so we're in a hotel, right? There's got to be toilets in the hotel rooms, right? Like if they do not put toilets in the hotel rooms, then I don't know what we're doing. What were they doing? There's no.
That's got to be a pop hits question, like why did the Arc remove all toilets?
Well, maybe here's my other thing. Maybe that's their weakness, porcelain. They're not. That's how we kill them and get them out of here. So we're working.
Yeah, tinfoil hat is on for a second.
Better believe it.
Let's just break it down just a little bit though for people listening or watching. this map is definitely confirmed to be coastal. So it will be in a
Yes.
coastal location. We have confirmed, like Dave said, a hotel section of the map, and then also a dockyard section of the map. And in dockyard, it said it was an old Exodus location. So that in my brain made me think like this might turn into like Stella Assembly. Like this might be the best loot in the game in the new POI. So
Okay.
I'm really hoping that like, just for your monetary value at that spot, that might draw in you know how like every map kind of has its designated, like if you're a PvPer, you kind of end up here, like Control Tower on Dam, the entirety of the map on Stella, but notoriously lobby right now.
Right.
I have a feeling that Dockyard might turn into that, but we'll see how it plays out. But anything that draws players in for like big, bunch of purple stuff, a bunch of value there to be had, I think could easily turn into a PvP POI. So she even in her, whatever she called it, when she was up there assessing the situation,
Right.
she said there's tons of verticality, cover, and spaces that cause trouble. And I think throwing in the spaces that cause trouble there is a little like, hey man, come PvP here. So we'll see how it plays out.
Now, real quick, do you think the game would benefit if they did switch those PO like where the loot drops were, like if they cycled it around rather than it always being the same area for the best
Yeah,
loot?
I saw somebody post about that again today. I don't know with their loot distribution, honestly, man. Like, I think it's fine. I don't really know if I've ever felt like there's a massive discrepancy between a red area and a yellow area. I think sometimes the uncolored areas can give you worse loot, but that's not even necessarily true. The apartments on Dam have like an insane amount of blueprint drops, right? So like every section of the map has a significant amount of loot to it. I think my personal opinion is they did a pretty nice job of distributing loot, and the colors surrounding it do nothing for me except for draw like PvP or just like be more on alert when you're in said areas. What do
Okay.
you think?
I mean, I'm a big supporter of when things move around. I would like it to like kind of change up in game and also with like the traders. I wish there was certain times where to buy in stuff from like the traders in town, it was more beneficial. It's like, oh man, I got to log in that day to grab that. And it
I
just,
agree.
I
A
feel that is
dynamic
something where it
shop would be
feels,
awesome.
feels a little stale and I know it's just because I play Destiny, but having like a Zer-like character where it's like, you don't know what he's going to bring. Stop in on these days, pick it up. Then we can have Wilhelm Scream start, breaking down what happens every Friday with the new weird trader that we've never seen before. And there we go. But
Totally.
I just, I would like it to, cause sometimes I do feel like it's like, all right, I'm going back to, the Hydro to collect these things. Cause I know that's exactly where they're going to be. And I, as
So
much like that's
I think
good, but
I think I'm 100% with you there, but I just don't think the game does a great job of making their red zones be that high of loot value.
true.
I think if the game itself did a better job of like actually incentivizing players to go to a red area for great loot, like always guaranteed blueprint drops, always guaranteed purple drops, like chance of legendary drops in those areas. If it felt like that, then I'm with you 100%. Let's rotate that around the map. Let's keep the game dynamic. Let's keep people moving around and fighting in different locations. But as of right now, I don't think they do the best job of like awarding great loot in the areas where they say the great loot is. I don't know if you've had a different experience, but like
No,
red zones,
I
it's like
understand.
key rooms in this game. Like key
Yeah.
rooms just felt so irrelevant for a while. They said that they upped the loot value in key rooms. I've done a couple key runs since and just felt no change. So I don't know. I maybe I'm just getting unlucky all the time, but
Or we just need that bigger thing, which would drive more people to do stuff. Like, I'm with you. Or at least on each map, be like, okay, there's this one little spot that you can get to that is going to be great no matter what. It's always there 100% of the time or 92% of the time. Go for it. And then everybody's fighting over there, which would
yeah.
increase the PvP or, work a little bit better with the PvE. I mean, there's definitely something there. I was just curious because it's been the same since the game dropped.
It has. Any I think to just distill it, any change like that that's going to keep player engagement up because the game feels more dynamic is good. So if they can implement it properly, for sure. Let's run with it. Let's do it. But,
Heard.
I don't know how much time they have, man. They're busy.
They're rich.
Busy studio.
They're
They are
rich.
rich. They are doing okay.
They can hire people. They're rich.
All right. Real quick, let's wrap it up here. Let's talk
Yeah.
about let's revisit playership and viewership counts real quick.
Okay.
So as of today, we had 421.26. We had happy holidays yesterday to those who celebrate. We had 90,609 peak players in game yesterday, which is nothing small. Let's preface this with like this is all
That's a good
perspective,
number.
right?
Right. That's a great number.
You look at Marathon, which released post, and like I think I wrote it down here somewhere. Oh goodness, there was earlier today they had less than 1,000 people.
There was an ATL, which is not Atlanta. It's an all-time low, and it was like 947 is what you had down.
I don't know why I've lost that in my notes, but yeah, so crazy. It is good to talk like in perspective here. So it's like almost 100K peak per day is still pretty good, but compared to what this game has been and what it maintained for almost 3 months. So January 25th, which was almost exactly 3 months post launch, the game was holding 410,000, or it had a peak that day of 410,347 players. We are down to now being between like 80 to 100K per day, and unfortunately, I think the biggest issue is just the line is just going straight down, right? Like
there's no plateau.
Yeah, we're not plateauing. We're not just maintaining. Like it plateaued great for the first 3 months and then it just dropped off. So I want to pick your brain a little bit here. What do you think is the root cause of this? Do you think, like I asked in the pop hits, do you think that like the new map drop and maybe some new map conditions are going to like really reinvigorate the player base and bring a ton of people back? Or is this just like a slow, steady decline that's like never going to plateau out? Where do you stand on it?
So for me, I just think the game kind of needs to grow a little bit. And I know they've talked about it, and we're not even a year in. You know, we have to give it a little bit of perspective on that. But I do think that they need to keep adding to the game because it is a very simple game, right? It's you go in, you get the loot, you hop out, you grind out the season, then you reset and you do it over again. I think there needs to be a little bit more of like personal gain while you're doing your runs, or like stuff that you earn that you're not going to lose, because people don't want to lose their stuff. And after a while, that kind of gets old unless you're so deep into enjoying. Oh, well, I got it done this time. I'm going to get my extra skill points. Which, unless you're really, really going to play this game for a long time, that's going to burn out quickly for you. So I think what they need to do is keep giving us more. Cosmetics are huge. People love that in games. They need to give more and more and more cosmetics that you earn in game that are looking good, right? Make it tiered, make it say, okay, you can get this and this and this by doing whatever you're doing. But then they need to have more, and I know you're going to hate it, they need to have more PvE things, and they also need to have more PvP things. So bring in the PvE map condition, bring in a PvP map condition where you can earn bigger stuff. PvP is so simple to retain players because people enjoy going in for the kills. They want to see those leaderboards. They want to see, so make it a map condition where you're just, hey, you don't get a drop from the player itself, but if you're this number on the leaderboard at the end of, and I know they said they don't want to do leaderboards, but in this map condition, if you're number 2 on the leaderboard, you're getting a better drop than you're getting if you're number 12 on the leaderboard, and it gives you reason to go in and do it. And then also like, hey, you do this, you win, you finish first this many times in a row, you earn a big loot chest that you can get, and just in the map condition. They don't have to make it the whole game. They can just make it one simple little, hey, we're practicing our shooting skills. Shawnee wants you to get in there and try this out on this map. You can say each thing's a paintball gun, but you're still out if you die. Whatever, who cares? But give reason to go in for PvP. Give a bigger end game for both PvP, PvE, and I think you retain your players.
I was just going to ask you that. So other successful extraction shooters, let's talk like Tarkov, or like, I know Marathon's in the pits right now in terms of player base, but like their end game content is incredible. It's way too hard to get there. I think that's why they're having their struggle, but their end game content is like, that makes me every night be sad that I don't play a ton of Marathon, because I want to play that end game content. So where do you stand on that? I think Arc is sorely lacking in that, like every time I do my expedition, like I don't have a big final moment of saying like I
Hmm.
just completed end game content. Like what does that look like in Arc for you? How do they get there? Is it even possible to implement in the game? Give me your thoughts here.
I mean, I do think it's possible to implement. I think they could absolutely, the way these like robots are built, and where I think it is better than Marathon is every enemy feels unique. If we went in on a PvE end game boss to take it down and kill it with, even, and I bet people would rally together to actually do that and earn it, and you wouldn't have to be like, okay, are we just, PvP? You still have that sweat of, oh man, is it worth going to do it? But the world development is so much. I feel better than Marathon. It feels like more unique. It feels like, yes, I love the, like you said, and I know we talked to Ty Guy about it. Like, it's just one little part of the ship where you're going to do this almost like a raid, right? But if they
Yes.
could
It
implement
is. It's a
that,
raid inside of a PvP game.
and if they could implement that, and I think they can, they just have to find the Arc Raiders way to do it. I'm not a dev. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Look at Sea of Thieves. It's a great extraction shooter. They did the same thing where they threw you into PvE only areas. Then you're still back out in the world in PvP. So I think there's a way to do it. I think they just need to, you take a tunnel or take a shuttle with the three other people, and also give us bigger lobbies. Give us bigger lobbies with more people that can join your team, because three people isn't always enough if you want to engage with everybody. People are going to go to games where you can jump in and play with six people because that's where your buddies are at. It does, a little tear every time. I'm like, oh man, like I'm not playing with the core tonight. It's like Adam's fine. 5G Ferrari's good, but it's like, I would like to play with the other three, and we easily find a sixth, right?
100%.
So I think they could do that by, increasing your fire team size, your group size. Give us an end game PvE, give us an end game PvP, even though they don't want to do it, but make it mean nothing in the PvE world, or in the PvE world. Make that map condition so it only affects that map condition because it is built for PvP. So you're not
Yeah.
going to be going in there, and then after you leave there, you're like, oh great, now I'm in, horrible lobbies. Make it just stand alone and it'd be fine. What
I
about
love
you?
it. Yeah, here's my 2 cents. I think if we're trying to negate the downward slope of Arc Raiders player counts, right? If you look at other extraction games, most of them have mandatory wipes, and that's when player count re-peaks. So the players come back and at least their games look like this, right?
Right.
They have a bit of a fall off towards the end of a season, then on reset, a big influx of players come back, and then that maintains for quite a while until the next reset, so on and so on and so on, and that keeps the game alive and healthy. The fact that Arc has an optional reset system hurts the game on that level, because there's never a point where everybody is coming back clean slated, right? You always have the option to not go on expedition. So they have to work extra hard to get around that lack of wipe for everybody. And I think that ties directly into what you're saying with like PvP only events or PvE only events, really challenging ones that you can go in with 6 players deep on a team, or like literally just like do like you have a trio and then you do like open fill squads. So 3 random people join up. You meet some new players in game. You never know, things like that. Sometimes you end up with like homies for life because you just met them randomly in game. So any incentive to like get more random people in the squad or just be able to play 6 deep, like you were saying, that's great. I do think too that Arc was supposed to be a PvE only game with massive like raid boss type
Right.
enemies at the end of
Initially,
it.
yeah.
So if we already have that in our DNA, if that's already a big part of what this game was fundamentally built upon, like let's expound upon that. Let's expand. Let's keep going. Let's bring those crazy arc enemies in, dial down the PvP a bit for that, call that end game. If you can fight through, even if you want to keep it PvP heavy, you fight through the PvP lobby like in Marathon, and then you get to your end game raid. Something like that needs to bring players back that want that end game feeling.
Right.
Like if it's not gonna be a battle royale that says I won the round, right? If there's no winning in Arc Raiders, that's the closest you're gonna get in an extraction shooter to saying like I completed this. So
Agreed. Very
That's
much
where I
agreed.
stand.
No, I like it. Those are good points and very to the point on them, which I love. So thank you. Because I know I ramble, and you brought that up real close. So thank you, thank you, thank
We,
you.
we do a podcast. We're both ramblers. We want to talk. I love it.
Well, and then and not to sidestep real quick, but and I don't think we've talked about it, but I think that I saw that the close scrutiny stuff ends on the 28th.
Okay.
So the antenna you need to finish by the 28th, or else you don't get the rewards for it.
I did just get that alert today. Yes,
Did you?
very
Okay,
true.
okay, okay. I just want to make sure we talk about it real quick because I think that's important because I really need to finish that one because I'm not even close. So
Yeah, I'm not going to get that done. I haven't been focusing on stuff like that. I mean, that's for another podcast, but like the incentives to do that are not strong enough, in my personal opinion.
fair.
I don't think they're giving us enough reward from it. Um, but yeah, all right, dude. One last thing on this topic.
Yes.
Twitch viewership. At the time of recording right now, we're at like 17,000 viewers on Twitch. We've lost. Tifu's gone back out living his best life, which like more power to him. We love that. But that was, he's a majority draw on Twitch. And then more importantly, Peanut is on his Rust arc currently, all pun intended. Uh, Incredible streams, very fun to watch if you're a Peanut fan. Like I'll tune in and laugh my ass off for a minute. But it does suck that we've lost some of the biggest streamers on the game. Ninja, regardless of what you think about him, not streaming the game anymore. He made a big deal about it and made a video about it. But it just feels like the viewership is falling off and people are less like engaged in the game. And I don't think viewership is direct correlation to amount of players in a game. I don't think that it's super important, but I do think there is some semblance of correlation. Like if people are less engaged with the game when they're away from it, less likely that they're logging onto the game the next day or in a couple hours. Where do you stand on that?
No, it's rough, right? Peanut a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago now, started doing like variety games, playing dinosaurs and playing as a gnome and running around. And I know you just said Rust is where he's been living recently, but yeah, when we lose him playing this game as his like core game, then you're definitely going to lose a player base. I mean, he's again, I refuse to say some words, but he's hilarious to watch, and I enjoy every bit of him playing Arc Raiders. And I think he's going to keep the game alive if you can get him back into it. And I think a big way to do that is what we just talked about. I think he would come back for that kind of stuff, even maybe not so much the PvE stuff, but if there were PvP maps, he'd be playing them. I don't know, maybe he would. He was running around as a dinosaur. So
Yeah.
he was like, let me eat this goat. And like,
I mean,
so
credit where credit's due. I think if you mask the PvE events or like put the PvE events behind having to work through PvP to get there, I think almost any player is going to do that. Like 90% of my time I want to be PvPing, but if I know that I can, we wipe 4 teams and then we get this really cool end event that says like we did this and not a ton of
right.
other people have done it, I'm doing that as much as I possibly can. So I'm sure Peanut would feel the same. I know, Turner does a ton of PvE, even though he's like a PvP player. Like they're killing matriarchs and queens all the time. So,
Well, then it
yeah,
turns the
man.
game almost into a battle royale with some PvE at the end of it, right? Which would be kind of cool. I
Yeah,
would
which
enjoy
is
that.
especially as a condition. If you are
Right.
going for that end game content, it's okay to not just have your core gameplay loop of like there is no PvP or PvE mode. You can break that mold a little for they've set themselves up for success with having map conditions, right? Like you can do
Right.
whatever you want in an hour frame. We've talked about it with like uh, groups of 9 or like just weird
Right.
random conditions, right? Because you have that hour chunk and you're not like dismantling your core gameplay to do that. You can just say, hey, this is happening for an hour. So you want to go for the end game content, boom, there it is for an hour at night. There it is again in 4 hours. You choose when you want to do it, choose how to do it. Yeah, and you just keep interest in the game.
I think that would be big, and I think that would bring a lot of people back. So
I agree. I think I'll speak for myself. That's all I want to see. I want to see this game healthy. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. I've been saying it since episode 1. This game has some magic that I haven't felt in a game in quite a while, in a long time. So I know I don't want to feel like we're hanging on by a thread here. I think the game is still healthy, but we just want to see it succeed and hold its success. How do we get it to the Counter-Strike level of 10 years out, it's still in the top 10 games on
Right.
Steam DB? How do we hold that Apex Legends level of commitment to the game, where like the other day Apex just peaked again, over 300,000 players. Game's been out for 7 or 8 years. What do we do in Arc to hold that kind of retention, even if it ebbs and flows? How do we keep the player base engaged with this game across the span of a decade?
Right. And I think we keep pitching it. And you know what? I know that Embark watches our podcast. So I know
well, every change you ever throw out there, they listen to.
I know that they will
7 for 7, my guy.
They will bring in these map conditions. It'll be fine, and it'll bring people back, and we'll be good to go. I strongly believe it, and if anything, I'll reach out. It'll be fine. We'll be good. They're gonna keep it rolling.
I love it. I'm excited to see, when we meet up next week and the following week, where the player counts out and what it really looks like, and see if people are having fun again with the game. Because at the end of the day, we just want everybody to have fun. We want to have fun, and we want to see the community also having fun and thriving. So all that being said, my man, how about you hit us with a little DJ's weekly workbench? What do we got on the docket this week for the workbench?
This is absolutely copy from the last one we were on, but I think trials is keeping me in the game right now. It is making, like, I enjoy going in and doing the trials to make sure that I become 5G red Ferrari next season. I'm going to wear it just because I earned it, and at least for a few weeks. And it's something to go for. But what I really, really need, instead of sending my current progress to my friend group, at the end of every week, is I would love to see a trials friendship leaderboard. So everybody on your friends list, you can see where you stack up against them in points. Just real quick to check it, just for bragging rights. Nothing you need to earn in the game. How hard could it be? I know, because I'm a developer, it should be pretty easy to do. Embark, just throw it in there. Give us a friendship leaderboard for trials. Thank you.
Let me piggyback on that.
Please.
What if we just had a running, like, not only trials, but like a friend with the most PvP damage that week, friend with the most PvE damage that week, most bastions killed.
Yes.
Most just so you always have something, to go off of with your friends and say, like, hey man, look, like, let's compete over this, or like, I got you this week. What are you gonna do next week? With
no monetary value or nothing that, like, you earn from it other than bragging rights. I think that is excellent, except for the PvP damage. I think they shouldn't do that. Because but no, just kidding. All of it, always. A little bit of everything all of the time,
Well said. All right, man. You got anything else for the people? It's been super nice to be back on again, man. I missed you last week.
No, I missed you too, even though I saw you more somehow.
I did see you more, but in a very different environment.
Very different way. Yeah, it was good. It was all good. Happy to be back. Episode 20. We'll get together. We'll rock it out for another 20, and then hopefully 100 more after that. So.
Love it, my man. We got anybody on with us next week?
I am working. Listen, I know Cognito has been busy. I know he was going to try to do this week. Had some stuff going on. I didn't want to, like, force him in here. So hopefully Cog next week. If not, I will pull one of our season regulars in, and then we'll go from there.
Let's do it. Sounds good. As always, guys, we are the Tick Pod and Arc Raiders podcast. You can follow us on all socials at the Tick Pod. If you are watching this on YouTube, please, it really helps us out if you hit the like button and the subscribe. So if you can just go ahead and do that for us, we would love you forever. We already love you forever, but we'll love you even more. If you are watching on Twitch, our Twitch numbers are pretty low. So if you guys want to hit that follow button, if you're not following already, that really helps us out as well. And if anybody has if anybody knows professional, like, brand manager, or anybody that can help us get our feet in the door with Instagram posting, X posting, exposure on YouTube, Facebook, etc., anything like that, please pass them along to us. We're willing to shell out a little bit of money to get our feet off the ground here, and to really get into the channels that are going to be interested in the content that we put out. So let us know in the comments. Hit us up on any social. Hit us up directly at our Gmail, which is thetickpod@gmail.com, whatever. All that to be said, we're really looking to get this thing off the ground and really get it into more people's hands. So if anybody knows somebody that could help us with that, would be massive. Anyway, we heckin' love you guys. We're super excited for the Riven Tides update next week. We'll be back better and stronger than ever. keep hitting the gym. We'll be way stronger
We'll-
pretty soon.
Yeah, in the blades.
We'll roller plates and we'll carry weights with us. We'll wear some weighted
Good
belts.
idea.
The core will be going crazy. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm It's Coda. Below me, my man DJ Oros. We'll see you next week.
See you soon. Bye.